the presentation, I will explain to you the process of performance management. We know that process is something that so important for us when we want to increase the performance of management, or even we want to build some business in the job area. Like in this chapter, performance management is the first considered as a normal process of management and a cycle of also the sequence of the activities before modeling how it works. So this is kind of the foundation, or the first step that we will take when we want to do something. The learning objective of this chapter, the first is wait, it describes the performance management as a process of management. The second is explain the performance management cycle, and the third is analyze the performance management sequence, and the fourth is explain how performance management works, and the last is describe performance management activities. Talking about the first natural process of management performance, it will like a cycle, like the performance management as defined by the total quality of expert William Deming consists of these basic activities. It is like a circle. Like the first step is plan, and the second is aid, and the third is monitor and also review. Why this is being circle? Because it will be it's never be the end. Like the first step when you make a plan, it will go to the action, also the monitor review, and after you get the review, you will make maybe with this review you will make a new plan, or even you will develop your previous site what to do and how to do it. The second is about the action. It carry out the work need to implement the plan. It's like how you implement the plan itself. The third is the monitor, like you check it and carry out the continuous checks or on what is being done and measure outcome in order to assess progress in implementing the plan. The fourth is review. Is consider what has been achieved, and also in the light of this establish what more needs to be done and any corrective action required if performance is not in line with the plan. The performance. The second is about the performance management cycle. You can see on the PPT when we talk the last we talk about plan A, monitor and also review. But in front of that, when we make any performance management can be described as a continuous self-renewing cycle, as the illustrate like the after you make the plan, it will impact to the performance agreement, and also it will be like a circle. Like after we find it in the we will back to performance agreement. And this is the performance management sequence. The sequence cycle and the likely outcome are like illustrate in this PPT. The first one is the role definition. So you can see the chart is competence requirement. Also the competence evidence will be it's so complicated. And how the performance management works is the basis upon which performance management works as a continuous process is illustrated by this chart. The first target, maybe you will find the performance agreement after the after you in a whole of during the year monitor and review against the performance agreement, and also annual your main performance review. It's coming back to the first like performance management cycle basically. The first one is when we talk about the low performance, it will be a part of coaching and also counseling. But if we're talking about the high performance or in the app, it will be as a recognition about the financial or non-financial price and additional responsibility. Um, Talking about the performance management activities, uh, the main activities are like you can see the description about the sequence of the management itself. The first one is role definition, in which the key results area and competence requirement are agreed. Defines expectation like what individual have to achieve in the form of objective, how performance will be measured, and the competence need to be deliver the required result. Performance improvement plan, which spell out what individuals should do to improve their performance when this is necessary. And the next aspect is about the personal development plan. It set out set out the action people should take to develop their knowledge and skill and increase the level of the competence. Um, and after that, managing performance throughout the year is like when the action is taken to implement the and personal development day works and deadline learning activities. It includes a continuous process of providing feedback on performance, conducting informal progressive review, update objective, and where necessary dealing with the performance problems. And also in the last, it will be as a performance reviews like review like which is the formal evaluation stage when a review of a performance over a period takes place, covering achievement, projects, and problems as the basis of the next part of the continuous cycle. Like I said before, it will coming back into the first step. Um, and talking about performance management in action is performance management should not be treated as a mechanistic system based on periodical formal appraisal and detailed documentation. The activities described above should be coherent in the sense of contributing to an overall systematic approach, um, in which all aspects of the performance management process are aligned. Thus, there needs to be a declaration of intent, which states why performance management is important, how it works, and how people will be affected by it. The declaration should have the visible and continuous support of top management and should emphasize that the aim is to develop high performance culture and inter- integrate organizational and individual goals. Um, Like we can take the example of Halifax Bank of School Retail. They make this they make their processes like this. The first one, the as described by Julie Hill, HR partner, retail sellers, and retail development, and his central sites, keyboards, and the following approach is adopted by keyboards retail. The first one is the essence of performance management. Um, its approach to performance management that it's concerned with looking at how people perform not only against the requirements of the role but also in the way they do it. The aim is to get the people who are good on people's skill as well as deliverables. Um, the second is aim is to improve performance rather than just saying that somebody been very effective or are ticking a box. The process is actually sit down and have the discussion around the requirements of the role, dealing with the what aspects are being done well and what aspects are not so good. Overall, the purpose is to make it clear to people how their performance is linked in the of business. After you set the aim, you will achieving the aim with work very well with manager who are competent. And after that, talking about the principle, as described, like you make the like the operating principle is to free management from unproductivity activity and ensure that they can focus on what really matters by making management of performance an organic part of everyday life. Like not a series of mechanical tasks and the process. Um, the toolkit aims to help manager manage the performance. Is the first is having a simple process which remove unnecessary paperwork, and second, establishing simple, clear performance plans, providing manager with the a framework for recognition and differentiation college, individual contribution and rewarding them through the develop pay, ensuring that any issues around performance and or capability are solved, adopting the principle of the documentation by exception. Um, and after that, talking about the describing the role of agreeing individual expectation, it's you need to have the question. The first one is why. So collect the like why you uh, have a clear picture of what is expected of them and how to achieve it. And around the start of the year, you will ask when it will take place and how and also what they consider about the individual performance in relation to this, what they identify and agree areas for improvement, and also why the what the documented by individual and confirm the line manager and discuss how the performance required will be delivered by support and review. And talking about the also it will be happen in managing performance through coaching, observation, and feedback. We will ask about why, when, and how, and why. And discussing about the career development opportunities, we will talk about why, when, and how, and also what. The performance, the last is the last will be uh, impact to the performance matrix. A performance matrix is used for management appraisal to illustrate their performance against peers. Is it not appraisal rating, but the purpose of the metric is to help individual focus on what they do well and also on any areas for improvement. Um, so, what the conclusion that we can take from this chapter is whenever you want to, like I said before, whenever you want to start the business or even you want to increase the performance of management in your business or even you want to make the good the good the good or the productive employees, you you need to set like the foundation, the strong foundation. Like you need to know the process, for the plan as the plan as the first step, and also the monitor and review an employee work objective and offer contribution to the organization. Mm. Performance management that means that communication and continuous process between manager and employee. So I think that the process will not be end to the end because um, it will be always be happen uh, since your uh, since your job work is still running like so that is that is my presentation. Thank you.